When I was in high school, a really good drummer in Delaware, and Kenny Rosenberg showed me the six-stroke roll when I was 15, and it changed my life. My hands were decent as far as rudiments went up to that point. I had a lot of power and speed, but I didn't have very much finesse. Kenny showed me the six-stroke roll one summer during band camp, and I just transformed immediately. And I spent hours and hours and hours woodshedding with that. And as my playing progressed over the years, I incorporated it into jazz, Latin, rock, you name it. I use match grip and traditional grip. I'll show you first with traditional grip. The sticking is right, left, left, right, right, left. And we play it like a triplet. So it's phrased da 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 da. And you can count it out loud if you want, but if you use the syllables, it's easier to sound in your head and then rehearse. So a basic six-stroke roll is played fairly evenly at first, so you get the stickings down. So it's right, left, left, right, right, left. When you're first practicing it and all the notes sound very even, you don't really feel much of a flow of energy and a bouncing of the sticks that much. You're working at slow tempos to get control over the sticks. As you speed it up, things will start to move along. So patient with it at first, and then I'll give you some more tips as to how to really make it speed up. So we'll start again with just the basic. At this tempo, the value is that you're developing very precise control over both your hands. Most of us are right-handed, so the left hand is going to be a little bit weaker, so this is a chance to really strengthen that control and finesse. You don't have to practice it loud right away, that'll come. The control is what's essential because you're rewiring your brain and creating neural pathways to execute this pattern the way you want to. So we'll try to get at that medium tempo. As I speed up the pattern, I start to throw the last note with the left hand and then the first note with the right hand. So we're playing right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right. So it creates a sort of a loping feeling, like a dun 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 dun, and so on. So it'll sound more like this. You'll hear the difference in the phrasing. Now I heard small little glitches in what I was just doing, and that's usually due to not positioning the stick exactly where you want it on the fulcrum of your fingers. So, like I said, it's a good warm-up exercise. When you're actually performing it, you're really going to be focusing a lot more intensely. So, now let's play it from a performance point of view. If you were to play that pattern for about 5 minutes at that tempo, you give your hands a pretty good workout. At that point, if it's comfortable, then you can really speed it up and you can increase the volume and you can increase some accents. So I'll give you a couple of demonstrations as to what I usually do with that. For the first example, we'll do a basic phrasing of just the six-stroke triplet, repeated over and over again. Next we can add 2 sets of them back to back. It sounds like this. You start to feel it a little bit. And then we can add on to that. We can do 4 sets of them. If you practice that in sets, just combinations, come up with things that keep you from getting bored basically, because your hands will get bored doing this. But come up with combinations of 1s, 2s, and 4s, and going back and forth and just working around just a snare drum, and you'll develop a feel for what you need to do to make the pattern sound very clean and be executed very nicely. Also, very important, practice it different volume levels. Let me give you an example of just practicing it quietly. That same pattern played much louder. Your objective is to be able to go back and forth in the different volume levels without straining your hands. So you could play, for example, maybe 4 of the quiet ones, 4 of the louder ones. You practice that a lot. You will develop a great deal of control over your hands. Okay, so you work the basic 1, 2s, and 4s, quiet, loud, in between. Also use different weight sticks if you want. Then we can practice the next level of phrasing, which is really creating musical statements with the 6-stroke roll. For example, if you were to count, you just play against 4, you play. That, then you really start to get more facility with the patterns, and what will come from there is moving your hands to the different tom-toms, which we'll get to in a second. So let me repeat that pattern again, and then I'll speed it up a little bit and you can hear what you can do with it. So roughly the same tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can speed it up. Then it becomes fun. So at about that tempo, you can work up to it and just practice playing the ongoing triplets and then the phrasings. We make up all kinds of neat patterns. So I'm just going to improvise a little bit. Okay, now let's apply it to the drum set.